Hello, welcome back to the Ursa Tribrid channel. I'm your host, Ursa Tribrid. We are doing another pick a card reading today, and I'm also going to be chanting Nancy Guthrie later on today. I asked if anybody else wanted to come through. They said no. I asked if Rob and Michelle wanted to come through later when it closes into their son's trial date, and they said yes. So right now they're cool, they're chill. I guess I got all the information out, but when we get closer to his new trial date, they're gonna want to come through again. So, and that's September 15th. And remember, I channeled Autumn. Everything that came out about that hearing, I called it. So, and especially when he was going to claim not guilty. So just keep that in mind. Which is why we should definitely get to sharing the Nancy Guthrie ones, because honestly, if what I was able to channel about the 5 people involved, and I also did the descriptions on what they look like as well. So if we can get those out and like sharing them, so that way maybe something like that can actually be like, oh, maybe we should look into this. Because everything I've been calling has been coming out correct, especially when it came to Nancy Guthrie's home, somebody coming through the back. And I would channel somebody came through the back door, even though they had stuff in the front. And then in the information for that, they were saying that stuff in the back, like the gate and the back door, were all propped open. So it comes out, you know what I mean? It's coming out for a reason. So this pick a card is on messages from the divine. So what does the divine have to tell you specifically? Okay. This can range from career, love, finances, health. You have to discern where it's going to end up in your life, or where it falls in your life, in your timeline. This could be something that happened previously and is giving you confirmation. It could also be something that's happening now for you, because everybody's not on the same timeline. Everybody's on their own timeline, okay? Also, this could be something that's happening for you in the future. So maybe this is something they just want you to be aware of, so that way when it happens, it's not like, oh my goodness, when did this happen? Where did this come from? At least you had an idea that something like this would happen and you can move accordingly. Alright, so with that being said, where is that? 1 second. Let me find my paper. 1 second. Alright. Disclaimer. Remember to always use your discernment and do what comes naturally to you. Not everything will resonate. If it doesn't fit, don't make it. Please keep your health in mind when doing breathing exercises. Don't overdo it. There are many ways to use your intuition. Some pick by their favorite color, number, stone, etc. Some go by the first thing that comes to mind or by the first thing they see. It all depends on you. However, if you are new to your intuition, here are a few ways to activate it. 1. Make sure there are no distractions. Pause the video during the selection process, selection area, and this is one of those times. Sit still while facing the video and close your eyes, clear your mind while repeating the title of the video between each deep breath. You should be taking about 3 to 5 deep breaths. At least get yourself to feeling like completely lax and grounded. Once you feel like you're sinking in a little bit into the chair is when you're knowing that, like, okay, you're in connection, okay? To get yourself extra relaxed, you can roll your neck from side to side. When they're, when you're in exercise class and they're telling you to roll your neck, roll a neck, left, right, whatever. Do that while also doing your breathing exercises. Once you are done, and if you've been rolling your neck, put your head back into its original position before you open your eyes. So once you're done, open your eyes, and your eyes should fall upon the pile. Do not force your eyes to look anywhere. Your eyes should automatically just go to whatever pile that you're selecting. The second way is to, close your eyes, like still do, make sure no distractions and stuff, but to close your eyes, cover them with your hands tightly so you are not allowing any light to go through. And between 3 to 5 deep breaths, you are going to repeat the title of the video, which is going to help you channel and connect more into that. Because whenever you're just picking, your mind's going like a million miles an hour of all the different types of things, you're not really focusing. So once you focus on the message, what this the title is, one, two, or both things will appear. Okay, so the shape and or color of the chosen charm will appear. This also works when you want to learn to line your chakras. A specific color will pop up and you look at what that color insinuates when it comes to the or connects to with the chakra, and then you can work on that chakra. If more than one color and or shape pops up, then there's something in that pile, each of those piles, that you want to look into. Also, when your eyes open, if they happen to fall between dead center, above, or below two different piles, you're going to want to look into both of those piles. If it just happens to go above a pile or below a pile, it's just that main pile. Okay? It is normal to choose more than one. Alright? So, take your time, do what you gotta do, and I will see you on your selected pile. Okay? See you in a bit. Oh, yeah, before I go. Pile number 1 is the heart. Pile number 2 is the star, the gold star. Pile number 3, the yin and yang. Okay, there it is. Pile number 4 is the sun. And pile number 5 is the daisy. Okay? Now I will see you on your selected pile. Hello, welcome back. This is pile number 1. If you've chosen the heart, you are on pile number 1. Okay. So I do have these here as well, but obviously they gave a lot of messages. So this could be in regards to work, something centered around work. This could also something about early education, or education in general, communication, siblings, neighbors, your thoughts. And then there's also mergers, intimacy, inheritances, spouse resources, taxes, and mysteries. So those could be a few things of what it's regarding to. We do have the light and the dark work together to protect you. Confirmation from Bubby Boy over here. Right, Bubby? Yeah. Wow, wow. And then we have divine warlock. So somebody's, a divine magician. Like a warlock is somebody, well, it's kind of there in the name, warlock. Like they're willing to go to war, but this is somebody who's on the right side of things. Like they're not doing it because of dark reasons, right? They're doing it because of something light and pure. Like they're willing to go to war. It's like how Archangel Michael has that sword. It's kind of like that. There's something here about we got hired. We have work. Like this is about work, money, finances, and stuff. Second house. And we also got hired. So somebody who is looking for a job most likely will get it. We do have settlement here, big payout. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be actually an actual settlement. It can. You got to put it where it needs to go. But this could be something in regards to work. A new job is giving you like a really good pay bump versus the job that you have now. We have sexual healing here in reverse. And when it comes to 8th house, mergers, intimacy, spouses, resources, somebody could just not be giving to the other spouse at this time. There's like no sexual connection whatsoever at the moment. There might not even be any communication or barely any between y'all. That also can mean somebody is abstinent, or somebody's practicing abstinence, or they're celibate. We have winter in reverse. Well, this can either be happening now, or because we're not in winter, we're almost into summer, or this can mean like this is going to be happening in the upcoming winter. You're going to have to put it where it needs to go. Shadow works in reverse. Depending on where you stand on your own timeline, you're either refusing to do the shadow work when you need to, or you've done your shadow work. You're done with you're done your shadow work. You're good. You're where you're supposed to be. So you're abstinent. Like you're the light and the dark are working together. We also have chakras aligned. Turn up and get down and get down party. So they're not doing that. Somebody's not partying. Somebody's not partaking in like premarital sex. I can also see this as like somebody's sex life is like dead, like they have none, with the winter here and the sexual healing. Like they don't even have somebody on the side. They're abstinent. They're celibate. They're not doing anything. No one puts baby in the corner. Basically, you're not allowing anybody to like hold you back. You're going to get up and do what you want to do, as long as it's in the sense of the good. You know what I mean? Like, don't go up and, oh, I'm going to go rob a bank today. Yeah, no, don't do that. This is more along the lines is like you are letting your light shine and you're not allowing anybody to like hold you back. We also, with Pluto here, subconscious forces ruling all that is below the surface, death and rebirth. So if you are in separation, if you feel like you got lessons still need to be learned, if there's any chance of hope of like it actually working out, because like say it's just something as simple as like lack of communication or just lack of acknowledgement of the other party, of the person involved, not something like abuse or infidelity. Like infidelity is a choice, abuse is a choice. Like you made a choice to hurt me in some way. So that's how I see it. Again, you're gonna go by however you need to go. We also have pregnancy here. We have pregnancy and then we also have children. Somebody could have children or somebody's about to have a child. Confirmation. This could also mean that you're pregnant with ideas. Or like say if you finally come out of being abstinent for like so long, if you're not ready to have another child, you definitely want to wrap it up because you've been holding back those days for a very long time. So now they're like, we're ready to go. We're ready to have this. Okay, so we also have something along the lines of somebody being intuition, like who has like strong intuition, because we have you're a natural channeler. You speak the name and you're instantly connected. Remember to say goodbye every time. Sage after and pray. We also got down here, you can set your ancestors free. Remember to always take your vitamins. Neptune dreams, illusions, psychic receptivity, vagueness, uncertainty, god of the sea, Pisces. Somebody could be learning a second language or somebody speaks a second language. You will soon live the life you deserve, again, depending on your timeline and where you're at in your life. Okay, this can be either good or bad. Like say you're a murderer, you murdered somebody. You soon will live the life you deserve, meaning you most likely will live your life behind the bars. Or like you're on the really good side of things and then you just happen to come into like a really good money that's a big settlement payout, or you get a big settlement payout and and we have here buy land and build your own home. So maybe this money, whatever it is, because it's also here, is going to be able to be enough to allow you to buy land and build your own home. They don't want you to be successful, but you will. Keep going. We have Uranus here for innovation. So again, like ideas, you could be pregnant, like I said, pregnant with ideas. You can have so many ideas. I would definitely write them down. But keep them to yourself. Don't be speaking them out until you speak to the right parties, depending on what they are, especially if it's in some type of career that's based off of like having really good ideas. Like, what was that movie? What Women Want. Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt were in that movie, and like he ends up being able to read women's minds, and he starts using her thoughts against hers by taking her ideas and making them his own. You see what I'm saying? You also have the boogeyman, and he also protects you. Your ops found out the hard way. So whoever this pertains to, like, just know that you're protected. Even the darkness protects you. Somebody's can be considered first class. Somebody can have a beauty mark. Somebody could be traveling first class. And when I say it's considered first class, I'm getting more like if you were to imagine Audrey Hepburn, it's like classy, like first class. You're classy. Again, you can have children. You are getting in the this coincides here. You are getting a new start in life. Be prepared. It's coming soon. It will be bittersweet, but you will be happier in the long run. So that can also pertain to somebody passing away and leaving you a big inheritance. That's enough to like basically start over. Also with beauty mark, I'm getting somebody could be into like beauty pageants or maybe hair, like beautician, cosmetology. Because these are the messages I had. Like I said, they had a lot of messages coming out here. Let's see if I'm getting anything else. Something about daily routines. I'm getting daily routines with the vitamins. So somebody probably needs to practice taking their vitamins like daily. I get that. I'm right there with you though. Because like I even have the little thing that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the days of the week on it, and I still be forgetting. Also for timing, again, you got to put it where it needs to be. We have not the right time, chance encounter, vacation slash break, and I know summer vacation, summer break is coming up, and then maybe. Okay, so maybe there may be a chance encounter, upcoming vacation slash break. However, even though you meet, this still may not be the right time depending on where you are in life because you may still have lessons to learn. Like I said, if somebody is refusing to do shadow work, that may be the reason why, like maybe the reason why it's not the right time. So there's a chance encounter on vacation break that may be beneficial to you. This could be job, this could be relationship, or like something along those lines. But at the moment, it's not the right time to actually like if you want to sit there and flirt or something and kind of like get their number and see where you want to go with it. That's totally fine. But if you're looking to actually go forward with like a long-term heavy relationship, um, one, because you're on vacation or break, it could be the distance that's the problem. Or two, like whatever, like if you're holding on to some grief from a past relationship and you still haven't worked it out, you don't want to bring that into a new relationship because then you're just going to keep repeating the cycle. And that's where the death and rebirth here comes into. So you have a choice between the death and rebirth. So you got to balance those scales out to kind of figure out where you want to go with that. Again, if you are consider, and it doesn't necessarily have to be masculine in the sense of a divine warlock. This could be a divine witch as well, male or female. Put it where it needs to go. But somebody who has, who's considered like a light worker, if you will, a light worker who's willing to, like, if they have to use spell work or anything, they're doing it in the sense of good, not in the sense like, oh, I'm jealous and I want what they have, or I don't like them, they did me wrong and now I want to seek revenge. This is more like than avenging something, in a sense of somebody's been so injusticely done wrong and nothing in the 3D is working in the sense that it needs to in order to make it right, then that's when that would come in. Because a wizard, I would think, is more gentile. You know what I mean? Where warlock is like, I'm ready to go to war. I'm like, I can match that energy. So what's up? That's where I get with warlock versus wizard. When I see wizard, I think of like Harry Potter. Yes, they can do their, they can have their toughness too. But I'm just saying, like, these guys, they're willing to, like, genocide. Like, that the taking of the firstborn type deal, like the ten plagues of Egypt. Like, those are be considered, like, I know that those are like God, that's what God did, but I'm saying, like, that's the type of time the divine warlock will be on if pushed way too far. Like, again, it says the light and the dark work together to protect you. You know the boogeyman, and he also protects you. Your ops had to find out the hard way. Okay? You are a natural channeler. You speak the name and you're instantly connected. Remember to say goodbye every time, sage after, and pray. And then right here it says you can set your ancestors free. So you have the ability to break generational curses. That is your ability. Or at least one of them anyway, because we have psychic receptivity here and dreams. So you can also astral travel as well. And over here, which is crazy, you have Angel, the divine messenger, out here as well for your oracle. This card is telling you that there are divine messengers around you right now trying to get your attention. When they're nearby, you may feel an unfamiliar tingling sensation in the crown of your head, a light touch on your body from an unseen presence, or a warmth that floods through you, as if receiving an invisible hug. They may be sending you a sign to say they've got your back. It's telling you right here that they got your back. So rest assured that you're protected and held. Your job is to create space in your life to let them come near and listen to any guidance or wisdom that may wish to impart. This right here, I believe this is strength, and we got the Queen of Cups, and then we got the Four of Swords. All right. Somebody could also have the Chinese zodiac sign of the rabbit. I see the rabbit right here. Alice in Wonderland could be some. I'm late for an important date. I can't. I'm late. Oh, I'm late. Pregnant. There might be some communication and like, bitch, I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to be getting a divorce from this man. Shit, I'd be like, shit, alimony, child support, get him home. Do it. Anyway, sorry. Okay. For sure, solitude is sweet only when it's not accompanied by remorse, regrets, and sacrifices. Mine is a bitter solitude. Ah, okay. So with the Strength and the Queen of Cups here, so this is kind of giving me a little bit of Hangman, like Hermit, a little bit. Like you like say, okay, so say for example, like you found out you're pregnant. With the Queen of Cups, obviously she's holding a fish with near her tummy, so that's giving me like, oh, there's something in there. But you know, you got the strength. You know, you don't understand, like especially if this is your first. If this is your first child, and like you don't know what to do, whether it's like you know, a specific, like depending on the situation. Okay, just know that your angels got your back. They're with you. They're going to give you the strength you need. And like whatever snake in the grass you found, you'd be like, ah, yeah, she ain't with it. She's like, I'm not putting up with this shit. Like, so what if I'm carrying, like, say for example, like, so what if I'm carrying your baby? Yeah. You're not going to come in here and start some shit. So, like, again, somebody could not be giving to somebody anymore. This doesn't necessarily have to mean celibacy or abstinence. Somebody just could not be giving to somebody anymore. And, you know, somebody's in their head a little bit trying to, you know, figure out what it is that they really want to do. And bunnies are also a sign of fertility. They reproduce like rabbit. Like when they say like you reproduce like rabbits, they're going at it like rabbits. You know what I mean? That could be something along those lines too. Also, in pregnancy, it is normal, and especially in the first trimester, okay, men pay attention. It is normal for a woman not to have any sexual interest in the first trimester. Okay, it's gonna hurt. She's gonna feel sick a lot of the times. You're going to want to be supportive. Okay, this is not about you anymore. A little bit, it is about her, but it's mainly about the baby that's growing inside that tummy. You know what I mean? Like the more you stress out the mother, the more stress you put on the baby. Okay. Just know, like now, you know, once she gets into the second trimester, you can kind of. I wouldn't just be like, so when are we gonna have sex? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Just romance her. You might want to need to court her a little bit again, just to get her in the mood. That you know, the foreplay. It's the foreplay, guys. You got to learn how to do that shit. The foreplay, not a lot of guys think foreplay is all about the clitoral. No. The foreplay is getting the motor going. Okay? Once you're down there, the motor should already be going. The motor should be already in the mood to want to go do it. Okay? You need to get the motor running, or else it's just gonna be like how winter is dead. It's just you're putting a stick in a hole. There's no passion. There's no feeling. There's no emotion in it. So just remember that. All right, so somebody, like, again, this could also in line with some type of move. Somebody could feel like, you know, they have an opportunity to be able to move somewhere where it's going to be more bountiful, more abundant, more fertile for them to be able to plant seeds and watch them grow and actually make a harvest. Things might be a little hard right now, like tough, but again, strength here. You have the strength, and with the Chariot and the horses over here up high, you have somebody obviously looking down, watching over you, and you obviously have your backup here. So, I mean, you're intuitive. Whoever it is also intuitive, so they caught the snake before it could even spite them. So she's like grabbing that snake, looking at it like, bitch, I got you. She got that knife. She'd be ready to pull it out and cut its head off. And watch it bite itself. If you've ever seen that, it's actually kind of hilarious. I grew up military, so whenever we were living, was it Georgia or Florida? I think it might have been Georgia. And they had Bring Your Kid to Work Day, and they were showing us these little baby gators. They're so cute. You know, making that little baby gator noise. Oh, it was adorable. And then all of a sudden, he, his, I guess his cohort, his, co-worker or whatever in the military came in and said, "Hey, do you want to show them something?" And he asked him what it is. He's like, "It's a headless snake and it's still moving." And he's like, "Well, let me ask." And so he asked us. My two sisters were like, "No." I was like, yes, I would love to see that. Come on, let's go." And I mean, I guess my sisters ended up coming with us anyway because I wanted to see it. I guess they were forced to have to watch it. I don't remember how that happened. I just know I got to see it was a rattlesnake. It was the Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake, and it was they pulled it out. Not pulled it out, but like they dumped it out of the bucket, and the body was literally just slithering there, and then the head was still there, and it ended up biting itself, which kind of freaked me out because I didn't think that was going to happen. It really did freak me out. I was just like, "Oh my god, it bit itself. It's still alive." And that's when they described it, explained. Same thing with about the chicken, but the head running around with its head cut off. It's the same. It's the same concept. So it sounds like to me somebody's also making some like cutthroat decisions in the sense of like, I'm putting my foot down. I'm putting up very strong boundaries. I'm not going to allow you to, interfere. Even though this lion here is also like very powerful and very capable of taking care of herself, she's kind of guarding it from the snake. Like, no, you're not going to get near him. Or, well, obviously it's a boy. So somebody could have a Leo son, and this person is like, "I know you're a snake, and there's no way in hell I'm going to let you get to him." Although, gender is, whatever. I'm just going because obviously a lion with the mane is a male. So, all right. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. I'm back. So at the bottom of your deck for the Oracle, we had crop circles as well. As a spiritual seeker, and the fact that that's been coming out, it's important to keep an open mind. We don't always have to have the answers and need to sometimes accept that we may never know the true nature of things. So there's no need to try to change or rail against reality. Think of times in your life when you've tried to do this and notice how this kind of self-will negatively impacted you. Learning to accept things, on the other hand, is a powerful tool to practice. Acceptance is not about denying your feelings, but simply about knowing that you can't control anything outside of yourself. Instead of fighting situations, it's wise to simply accept them and move on, open to whatever will come next. Okay, so like I said, depending on where you're at on your timeline, somebody could be avoiding that type of shadow work. Or, like I said, this is something you are working on, or this is something you've already, accomplished, like you got, because that's why your chakras are aligned. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff back. And I'm going to put out these guys, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. So I'm getting a couple stories out of this one. All right, so we talked about somebody who was in their head about making a decision. But, this is a strong, very, fertile, nurturing woman who's probably going to have to make a couple decisions. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. Gender is irrelevant when it comes to tarot. You just got to put it where you put regards to your story. This could be somebody you're dealing with. This could be you. My printer's going off again for no reason. It doesn't do that. You hear it? Alright, it's not even on. Just saying. So, with just business in reverse, somebody could be taking something a little pretty personal. Jezebel, okay, so two different things. Somebody cannot, like, we got the sexual healing in reverse, which, by the way, now that I see this right here, it says test results positive. Somebody could have gotten burnt. Okay? Somebody is no longer clean. Okay? Clear. They're no longer in the clear. It's, well, hopefully they can get clear. I don't wish that upon anybody, but if it seems that with the sexual healing in reverse, that means this is something that's not going to go away, and somebody's gotten a big old surprise out of that. So somebody was probably in like major Jezebel energy, and shit just got really, really personal. And was surprised, like I asked them, like, could it mean both depending on the story? And they said yes. And I'm like, so depending on your story, this could be like ultra surprised, like just like it could be not shock and awe in a good way, but shock and awe in a bad way. Like they're just distraught. They're just what the fuck moment. Okay, and that's the positive test result here. So now another thing that we're getting is like the fact that this person could be very, very immature, or this is just somebody who's just not a minor. You cannot be a minor, obviously, or this could be somebody who's extremely immature. The campfire here is in reverse, right? Now, it looks nice, but if you can see, you have moths being drawn to the flame, and then you got the scorpion at the bottom there. So it talks about hidden dangers and things that are very, like, it may be enticing, but there's hidden dangers. You're either going to get stung or you're going to get burnt. Okay? That's what it looks like. Somebody could also be in trying to do some type of spell work, like a voodoo doll, trying to get you, like with just business, they're making it personal. So somebody could have tried to do a voodoo doll on somebody to be a Jezebel, to fall for the okie doke, or to be immature, or to become, act immature in a specific way. And to somebody, it's no surprise, especially in the last, when it was the messages, it was talking about somebody who's highly intuitive. So this is no surprise to somebody who's probably trying to get somebody burnt. It looks like somebody's trying to get somebody burnt. Somebody may be positive, but because you're not in Jezebel energy, you're not easily drawn to the flame, they can't give you what they have. Okay? We have the Eye of Horus here and the All-Seeing Eye. So whatever they're doing, just because they think it's hidden from people, it's not hidden from the All High. They see everything, and they are like, no, you're not going to do this to this person. You're not. And it doesn't necessarily have to be sex or anything like that either. You could put it into any aspect of your life, whether it's work, just sexual relationships, you specifically against somebody else, or this could actually just be a marriage that's kind of like falling apart. Like, say somebody's trying to what is that called? Is it called a honey trap? They're trying to honey trap you into doing something like to acting immature or acting out of character, especially if you're going to court and they're trying to like get custody or anything like that. Anything to make it look like you're doing wrong in some type of way. But yeah, it could be anybody that's trying to just interfere with your life. However, because you have this protection and you decided to just go within, not being Jezebel energy, not being immature, making sure you have your shit together, your bills are paid, your lights are on, the food's in the fridge, your kid is dressed and looking healthy, hair's done, all that type of stuff. Okay, and keep in mind, I hate it when people sit there and say like, the way your child look is a reflection of how you are as a parent. Keep in mind, there are some kids out, especially autistic ones. Like my son would not let me cut his hair for over a year. It wasn't until, and it's not like I just let him go to school looking crazy, okay? I didn't. I made sure I put product in his hair. That's just the issue with the product is that it gets stiff. and he likes to play with his hair, and when he gets his finger stuck and he pulls on a hair, he gets upset. Okay? So, you know, let's try not to judge. Now, if you see the child come in school looking like they haven't bathed or smelling like they haven't bathed, then that's an issue, okay? But sometimes with kids, when it comes to their hair, especially when, you know, they have I'm not going to even say mental issue, because my son's not has any mental issues. He's just he's just autistic in specific ways, but he's super smart, super artistic. He's just extremely shy and extremely tender-headed. And it wasn't until he got sick and he had the flu, he looked at me and he said, "Mommy, cut my hair." I blame it on delirium, but I went with it. I was just like, okay. Because anytime before I asked if he wanted me to cut his hair, no, no. And I'm like, okay. Because I guess he just didn't like me shaving it all off. But the other issue was when I tried to do his hair, he would jerk. And then I would end up like shaving like a whole section off that didn't need to be shaved off. And I would be like, all right, well, we're just doing the whole thing shaved, because I'm by no means a hairdresser. I did try taking him to a barbershop once, and he didn't want to be there. Like, one, it was too, I gotta go when it's probably when they're first open. Because as soon as it gets too loud and too many people, he freaks out. So, anyway, just sidebar there. Sorry, little commercial break. Yeah, so, like I said, like, say somebody, the honey trap, I just looked over here. So, somebody might actually be trying to send you a honey trap in some way to get you to fall for some type of okie doke, whether it's somebody who does have a disease and wants to give it to you, or they're just doing it in a way to, you know, get you out of character, like to see if they can actually treat you the same way that they did before when you were with them. That's another issue. Or maybe you're going to go on a vacation that's going to help you transform. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes if you just go somewhere new and just reboot, it just puts things into better perspective. We also got the double rainbow. So symbolizing it's double rainbow's good luck. It symbolizes a higher power looking out for you and keeping you protected while you go on your life journey. It also signifies you are on the right path and to keep going. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, you got to keep your cool. All right. You know, if they try to come at you with stuff, hit them with the facts. Hit them with the facts. Just give them facts. Give them straight facts. Don't argue with them. Just give them straight facts. I'm like, well, did you or did you not say this? Because somebody might actually try to like catch you on camera in some type of way. I just happened to look down at my little camera symbol, and I'm like, somebody's probably trying to catch you on camera doing something that's out of character, or something they can try to use against you in court if you are going to court, like when it comes to like a relationship or just anything. We have Patriot out here, so most likely you are patriotic. Red is for valor and bravery. White is for purity and innocence. Remember, we had sexual healing in reverse, so somebody, like I said, celibate, abstinence. Winning the independence from Great Britain in the American Revolutionary War. Somebody could be trying to win their independence. This could be anything, because we had inheritances and resources and marital aspects and stuff like that. So this could be something that, or even like say with the minor. Say somebody is trying to what is that, conservatorship, or they're trying to get what's that, when you're underage and exonerate? No, it's not exonerated. It's a specific word used to breaking up with parents to go live an independent lifestyle, so you are no longer considered a dependent but an independent, if that makes sense. I forget the name. I forget the word for it, but it's when you, I think it starts with an X or an EX, something like that. It's something along the lines of when a child goes to court to get herself separated from her parents because she can prove that she has her GED, she has a job, she can hold it down on her own. She just doesn't want to be controlled by her parents anymore. Something along those lines can also be the case. Okay. And like I said, you got to put it where it needs to go. Or say like say you met somebody and you really really like them, right? Say you met somebody and you really really like them, but it's not the right time. Why? Because you ended up getting a positive test result. If this is a test result that you can take care of and get rid of, like it's bacterial and you just take some medicine and it completely goes away, then then maybe you have a chance. But if not, I mean, like, unless you want to be that negative Jezebel fucking nasty ass energy, then, you're going to do what you want to do. But whatever this is it's just like, just know that you're protected. If you're intuitive and you know what's going on in your life and you know what's going on behind the scenes without actually having to have like physical proof, just know that you're on the right path. This is confirmation of what you've already known to be true to be going on. Oh yeah, so when I was doing the messages deck, like the deck was like huge, like two of my hands huge, right? So I had to like put them into 3 piles in order to get the messages out. So for the messages deck on the back, the first one of the deck of the messages deck was Eastern Star. So somebody could practice, I mean, they don't have to be an actual Eastern Star, but it could be in a sense of like just a religion, like a religious practice. You don't have to be an Eastern Star. You could just practice Wicca in your own time. You could just, just worship in your own home. You could be Buddhist. You could be Hinduist, like what, Christian, Catholic, whatever, what have you. At the back of the deck that said Eastern Star, there's somebody who has like some type of occult knowledge or is studying the occult. The second back of the deck, when it came to the message, not this one, this is confirmations one, but the second back of the deck, when it came to your messages, we got keep up the amazing work. You're almost there in reverse. Okay, so when I asked exactly what that meant, it only means it towards, like, the reverse part's only towards the you're almost there, because it says slow and steady wins the race. So you're in the race, you're going, you're doing your thing, but you still have time. You have some time to get to the finish line. Okay, meaning that, yeah. So when I asked what the meaning for that was, it means like it's going to take time. And then with 3, the third deck, the back of that deck was obese, but that was also in reverse. So this could also be regards in a transformation to your health, and you got a positive test result, right? Like you've lost so much weight and you're ready for that gastric bypass surgery. Okay, you're ready for it. Or you've taken that test that says like, hey, you did a great job with, turning your nutrition around, like your dieting, your nutrition, your exercising and everything. Now you're not having high blood pressure. Now your cholesterol is in good order. Like you're getting positive test results when it comes to your health, as long as you're doing what you need to do. Again, go take your doctor's advice, not me. I am not a doctor. I just do this and I clean stuff. So, I mean, other than that, and then, so also at the back of the timing deck, we have supermoon. Okay, so something about a chance encounter during the supermoon, or vacation. There's a supermoon during your vacation. It all depends, but the back of that is the supermoon. On the back of the confirmations deck, and this is crazy. The back of the confirmation deck, where you at? Was the Earth Star Tribrid. So that confirms that whoever is watching this read has some very intuitive psychic abilities. And whether or not you tap into that is going to be up to you. Where is... Where's... But yeah, in the back of that was the Tribrid one. Where is it at? If I don't find it real quick, I'm just gonna... Oh, there it is. So again, with the chakra alignment, on the back of the deck was this one. So you're getting intuitive downloads. You have a high connection to source. You have balanced your chakras. You're taking in the messages. You're highly attuned, and you know what's going on. Okay, and you're doing very, very well. So just keep up the good work. You know, again, especially when it comes to a weight loss journey. Okay, slow and steady wins the race every single time when it comes to weight loss, because the thing is like you can quickly lose weight, but you can also quickly gain it back and then some, okay, if it's not maintained properly. So as long as you maintain that that routine, and sometimes you might need to switch it up, but don't fall off the wagon. You will remain in the positive light. You know what I mean? You will remain in protection. You will remain getting good luck and getting, everything that you require. Just keep in mind that it's going to be pissing off a lot of people who wanted to see you fail, because that's what on one of the cards you got when it came to your messages, one of them was, where are you at? They don't want you to be successful, but you will keep going. That was one of your messages. You're getting a new start in life. Be prepared. It's coming soon. It will be bittersweet, but you will be happier in the long run. When it comes to, you might find out there are certain people that you thought were in your corner, especially when it comes to a weight loss journey, are not in your corner, because they might be telling you to they might be not even telling you. They just might be enabling past indulgences that they know that you used to fall for. Like, say if they know you have a favorite specific food and you just can't resist it, they might get a surplus of it and try to give it to you just to throw you off your weight loss. Again, that is a form of dark magic, because they're giving you something to manipulate your physical body. Okay, dark magic doesn't necessarily have to mean like potions, you know what I mean, or elixirs or anything like that. This could necessarily just be something that somebody is physically doing to alter your physical reality, whether it's weight gain, weight loss, because there's some people who are very, very skinny and they just want to gain weight, you know what I mean. And in that sense, somebody could be telling them like negative things to make them lose weight, or keeping them in a sense of stress eating, like stressing the person so much that they fall back on old habits, and one of those old habits can be stress eating. Yeah, you tell him, Bubby. Bubby's letting y'all know. Okay, he's letting you know. Isn't that right? You telling everybody? Yeah, you tell him. You tell him. So, and then let's see what else we got on this one. I think that's what we got for you. Just know that you're very protected. As long as you remain on the right path, you keep yourself going. Don't fall for the okie doke. You know, doesn't mean that you got to be mean and nasty to people. Just, again, move accordingly. Know how you need to move and when. Okay, this is probably, like, if this hasn't happened yet, this is just letting you know, like, be prepared for this, because this is going to happen in the future. You might want to check, if you, this is where I go from my birth chart. I go to Cafe Astrology. It's free. You might want to check out what your sign is in Lilith and check exactly what's in there, because it may tell you what type of shadow work you may still need to do. Confirmation spray. All right, so we have Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio came out really heavy. I had 4 Scorpio cards come out. Leo, Sag, Aqua, Pisces, Taurus, Gemini, and Virgo. Those are the signs that we got for that. Again, these could be yours. These could be theirs. Sun, Moon, Rising, Stellium, North Node, South Node. Because again, people can be operating in their South Node. Especially if they're in the negative. And if you don't know what a South Node is, South Node and North Nodes are sister signs. So if you look at a, like say if you look at a clock, okay? 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, right? Those are going to be the sister signs, right? And if 12 o'clock, if North Node is 12 o'clock for you, then South Node will be 6, right? And then if 1 o'clock is North Node for you, and then 7 o'clock would be your South Node, you know, vice versa. All right, that's how North and South nodes work. I'm going to pull a couple charms for you. We got rainbow again. We got pastry. Well, like I said, somebody's in the south. Okay, so you got a lot of sweets out here. Normally, whenever I get a lot of sweets, I get the teeth that had the black in there that let me know it's cat. They they need to get their teeth. They got a sweet tooth and they're not taking care of the teeth. Somebody could have a child. Again, we got the, every time I get this, like I get it, it's a seashell here, but I'm getting, the pearl and the pregnancy. So somebody could be going on vacation and getting themselves pregnant. Okay? But, you might have a really, really beautiful smile. You probably have healthy teeth, even if you eat a bunch of junk food, eat a bunch of sweets. Somebody could be LGBTQ. Somebody can have up to 3 children, because we got 1, 2, 3 on there. Somebody could be pregnant with or have 2 children and is about to have another one. That's the pregnancy. Somebody could have 3 and is pregnant with 1. This is a meteorite. This meteorite here, I'm getting a couple things from it. One, the other half is upstairs. It's not here. So somebody is probably not with their other half. Whether like I said, it could be a separation, it could be a divorce. It could also be in you haven't found your other half. Somebody could like avocados or guacamole. Again, I'm getting pregnancy with this because you have something inside the middle. There's something in there. It's a seed. This could be ideas as well. Okay? You could be separating yourself from a job because you no longer love it anymore and it's just causing you a bunch of stress. Or they be, like I said, somebody might be trying to steal your work, steal your ideas. We also have the gold star. The second, pile number 2 is another gold star. So I don't know, you might want to look in pile number 2 next. Who knows? Haven't done it yet. And then we got the silver heart. Or I'm also getting gold star. You get a gold star for doing your shadow work. You get a gold star for your homework. So gold star, good job. Somebody could, like I said, somebody could also have just gotten their teeth done. Somebody might like sundaes. The cherry on the sundae, because we got ice cream and then cherry. So somebody actually might like sundaes. A banana split, maybe. Now that I'm like really looking at this seashell here, there's stars in there. So this other child that you might be birthing could be a star, a future star seed. Because I'm looking at it like this, like all these stars are just like going down towards that pearl. Like the pearl's absorbing all the stars and everything, like just getting all this intuitive knowledge and stuff that it's going to use when as soon as it, like in the future when it's born and stuff. Somebody could work at a bakery, or somebody could a chance encounter at a bakery if you go in there for some coffee, donut and coffee. Then I started thinking about daycare, right? Because we had early education as well. Oh, that'd be crazy if like you work at a daycare and one of the parent, like a single parent or a parent that you know is going through divorce or whatever comes in, and like you guys just hit it off and all this other stuff. It's just a chance encounter. It's a maybe situation, but right now it's not the right time because you know this person, whether male or female, who's probably going through a divorce or separation, needs to fix that first before they can pursue anything else. And that's the thing. When it comes to people who are separated, I'm like, dude, like, I don't understand why. If you're separated, why are you going out living your best life? Okay. When you're separated in the separation process, you're supposed to be trying to work things out, not growing further and further apart. Okay. Now, if that's the case, you're in separation because you know for a fact you're getting a divorce, you just can't live under the same roof because you're going to end up freaking killing each other, then that's a different situation. But if you know you're willing to work on it, then you don't need to be running around doing all that dark stuff. Okay. Whoops. Got Libra, Cardinal. Less than. Somebody's trying to make somebody feel less than themselves. Uranus, Venus, Pluto. So if you were in a negative relationship, right? Obviously, this person was making you feel less than yourself. You got to escape here. Somebody's trying to make an escape to go on vacation, taking a sabbatical. Okay. On tab is like skipping, like I feel like it means skipping a step, so somebody might be trying to skip steps. Or skip town. Oh, somebody's trying to skip town. Because when you tab, right, it just moves over more. It's more than just a space, right? It's jumping over. So somebody's trying to skip town, like something like that. Somebody's trying to move. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Taurus out here. Communication, balance, wealth. Maybe somebody's communicating balance to some wealth in their life. Somebody has a change of heart, a change of stability, creating stability, creating emotions, passion. Somebody could have a change of heart when it comes to being flexible with some money. So like say if you're in divorce process, right? And one of you is ready to move on and the other one isn't ready to move on yet. But then eventually they're just, like, okay, I tried to make it work. It's obviously not going to work. So, and like before they were just trying to make things so freaking difficult for you. But then somebody had a change of heart and decided to be more flexible when it came to money. This could also be baby mama, baby daddy situation. Or there was a change in finances that made somebody change their heart, change their mind, change their heart, like whatever they were feeling towards somebody. They say that they got with this person when they had a lot of money, right? And then something happened to where they couldn't have that amount anymore. Like it's less money. They're not getting as much money, and now the person that they're with is having a change of heart of actually being with that person because they thought that this person would be able to provide for them the way that they wanted. And man or woman, again, tarot has no gender. All right, it's all about where you're at in your life. Like I would consider myself more masculine energy. Confirmation with the commercial there because I hold everything down by myself. Okay. Okay, now this could also mean justice, like the justice system is communicating to somebody about some type of wealth, finances, um, and not just justice system, but I mean, this could be like courthouse people, not welfare. If you're like getting child support or any type of alimony, they probably sent something in the mail that said, hey, you have this amount of time to make this change or declaration of something in order to move something along, or because perfect example. I got something in the mail stating like, hey, every 3 years we give you a chance to go over everything in the domestic relations case. If you want, we can go back over and this, that, and the third, yada yada yada. So that's like a perfect example of that. Somebody could be getting some type of communication from the justice system or something along those lines when it regards money, stability, wealth, finances. Let's see. We also have somebody could be very passionate together. Like remember when I said you're going on vacation, say if you're trying to rekindle the relationship, right? Ooh, somebody could be Aries Sag. So somebody's trying to rekindle the relationship. You guys decide, let's go on vacation. Especially if you had issues with fertility, because it wasn't the right time. Then you go on vacation, And then it just so happens you have a little encounter somewhere, you know, like somewhere, you know, it could be something, be like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's go. I mean, obviously not go right in public, right in front of people, but like doing something along those lines where like you just randomly have sex at a stairwell, you have just random sex somewhere. And that random sex, that hot passion that you have in that moment ends up getting you that pregnancy. There's a train horn blowing off right now. That, you know, they're going at it like rabbits, you know what I mean? You guys are creating some passion together. And then with this here, it's kind of giving me bun in the oven. You know, it kind of looks like an oven. You pull it down and put a bun in the oven. It's kind of like, I don't know why I just saw that. I'm like, oh, it looks like an oven when you pull it down. So somebody might be getting a bun in the oven. For sure. And that's actually showing Aries too. We're getting Aries strong. Like, because I'm kind of looking at the sides here. And yeah, when I held this up, and I was getting Aries Sag, and then I just set this back down, and then we have Aries again. So we're getting Aries strong. These could also be master numbers. 2, 11, 8, 16, and 22. Those can be days, weeks, months, years. Somebody could be in their 20s. Something could be happening because it says not the right time, so something could be happening in 2 years. Or however many years, you know. I've heard of couple. I actually know one. I've heard of many other couples, but I actually know of one where they've tried so many times in the beginning of their marriage. Obviously, they were older than me. They told me about this. They told me their story about it. But like in the beginning of their marriage, they tried for like a decade to have a kid, and it wasn't until they got into their 40s that they ended up getting pregnant and having a child. So again, people need to understand, like, sometimes it's just not the right time. Okay? There's reasons for it. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't feel pain. You know what I mean? And when I mean pain, I mean emotional pain. Nobody wants to feel physical pain. But it's not to sit here and say, like, say, for example, somebody's sitting here wondering, like, when is it going to be my time to have a baby? And that baby's just like, don't worry, I'm waiting. It's just not the right time yet. Just do what you gotta do. Like, do. Because what was that? That movie Up? Oh my god, the beginning of that movie made me so sad. But how she found out that she wasn't able to have a baby, so what did they do? They planned to just live their life together and to just do all the things that they always wanted to do since they couldn't have this. You know what I mean? And she loved her life. Oh my god, that movie's so sad. I'm thinking about it, it's making me cry. So, what is it? Somebody could be getting, falling into the drink a little bit because of certain situations that are upsetting them. Oh, somebody could be having twins. See if I can get this to show a little bit. So it looks like here, or somebody might be drinking a little bit, but then let me see if I can get this. Okay, if you look at the rabbit's neck, there's like 2 little ball thingies around its neck. I don't know if they're bells or if they're like part of a bow. I'm not entirely sure, but there's 2 there. So somebody could eventually, or somebody could have miscarried twins. And with like this flower thingy in her hair, it's kind of giving me, I'm not saying they're a geisha, but I'm getting like Asian descent a little bit. Maybe somebody's Japanese or has Japanese ancestry, or somebody could be Japanese. And because it's she sees she's on the moon, right? And Earth is so like so far away, so over there. So she feels, like I said, it could, depending on where it falls, somebody could be wondering when their time is. What, like, you know, maybe they're feeling a little despair because, like, well, it's so far away. I don't think I'm ever going to get that. You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, you feel your feelings; they are valid. So nobody's sitting here telling you to, like, get over it, you'll be fine. No, feel how you need to feel. Grieve the way you need to grieve, but don't, like, saturate in it. You know what I mean? Don't get yourself to the point that you've marinated so much that you just keep all that with you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, you just feel what you need to feel. Do what you got to do to be able to get yourself out of some type of funk. You know, if it, you know, like I said, nobody's sitting here telling you not to feel sad. This could also be a job. Like I feel like she's looking like this isn't fair. Why do they get to be able, like, she's looking at, like, why do they get to have everything and I'm over here by my lonesome sitting on the, you know, this desolate freaking ball of dirt and dust with nothing there. But again, you know, if she were to look down, she at least has somebody there to keep her company. So she, even if this is a pet, maybe getting a pet could help in the time being. You know, just getting it's good practice, especially when you get a dog. If you get a dog, as long as you're not allergic, it's good practice to be able, like, if you can have patience for a pet, you can have patience for a child. That's, you know, if you can love and have patience for a specific animal, then you can do that for a child as well. It's just good practice. Alrighty. But again, like I said, this could go in any aspect of your life. Again, you have to discern where it goes in your life. You got Uranus again, Capricorn again, 3, your South Node. Deal. Somebody could be making a deal, whether it's business. We got Susie, Susan, orange. Somebody could be eating oranges or needs to eat oranges. Bus. Somebody could bus cabs. So somebody could do a job that's in transportation. Sack. Somebody could be getting the sack. Like I say, purpose. Rose. Able. Cable. Something could be a little sus. Somebody could be a little off. Rome. Italy. Something about Rome. Paris. France. Like pom-poms. Because the dance team also has some pom-poms. So you could have been on the dance team, you could be a cheerleader. Zeus, something about Greek mythology. Cat, somebody could have a cat, somebody could have a dog. Again, getting a pet. I got wagon and woman. Somebody could drive a Volkswagen. I could be talking to a woman. Mo. Cameron, Piper, Blue, what color blue? Moon, Moan, Spear, Expire, something's expired, Angry, or Anger, Gator, somebody can flee from Florida. Or maybe you've eaten gator before. I've eaten gator. That's just good. Spoon. You guys might be spooning somebody. Rescue. Somebody be rescuing a pet. Jewel. Emmy. Paige. Gates. And that could be, these could be first, middle, or last names, or even just like persons, place, or things. Things that might give you an idea if this is resonating for you in some way. Ben, Ted, Dolce and Gabbana. Maybe somebody watched The Devil Wears Prada. We do have Prada. Macaw. Somebody could have a parrot, a macaw. I'm also seeing Bud Light. Somebody might drink Bud Light. Or just beer in general. Something about new. We got Tiger. Got Tiger. We got Rabbit. We got Ox. Wally. Like Walter. Wally. Water. Something about water. You go near water. You live near water. And when I say near water, like it's within at least walking distance. Judge. Jury. So again, we got courthouse out here. Again, you just gotta put things. I'm getting Jude Law, the actor. Specifically the movie The Holiday. I'm also seeing Soon, Sued, Suede, Lease. Somebody might like lacy lingerie. Specs. Somebody probably wears glasses, whether it's just to actually see or read. We do have sunglasses. Gavin. McGraw isn't that a so somebody probably likes country music. We do have country and music out here. Prime. Somebody could be in their prime. Oh, there's a movie called Prime. Uma Thurman's in it. I forget who else. But something about that movie could be significant. I know she goes to therapy after we got Rave here, but she goes to therapy after, I think, a bad divorce or something like that, and she was just trying to find herself to feel better, I guess. Something along those lines. Minor. I mean, obviously, there's no coal mines, but we also got PA. PA is like a coal mining state, so you might live in the northeast or somewhere where they used to do coal mining. The west, they did coal mining out there too for gold. Mining for gold. Rage. Got Moscow. That's Russia. Somebody could be Russian. Somebody could be going to Russia. Due. Something's due. Whether a pregnancy or a paper or a specific project you got to do at work. GOAT. Greatest of all time. You're probably seen as the greatest of all time at work. Like nobody can touch what you do. We also got tavern here. Somebody probably does go to the bar to just, get a drink, or hopefully you're not overindulging. We do have bar out here and lounge. Okay. There's one more. Casey. Val. Aladdin. I don't know what that has to do with maybe the movie. There's something about the movie that might be significant. Sometimes when I get movies like that, if you don't even have to watch the movie, right? If you just go to like Wikipedia or IMDb and type in the movie, it will give you a general plot of that movie. So that way you don't have to watch it. You can just see if anything in there coincides with what's going on inside your life. You know what I mean? Okay. I also got Iowa, Jersey, North Dakota, South Dakota, Alabama, sesame. Like, again, when I was talking about something about sesame seeds, because we have seeds, sesame oil, and we also have Sesame Street. Somebody could live near a railroad. Again, if you have children, they probably watch Sesame Street. We got Elmo out here. Okay. All right, so that's what I got for pile number 1. If that's all that you chose, then I will see you on the next read. If not, I will see you on the next pile, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Hi. Uh, okay. So, welcome to pile number 2. This is not you. This is somebody you're either dealing with or going to be dealing with. This shit is insane. Okay, first of all, pile number 2, you chose the star. You have chosen pile number 2. Okay? Now, this shit is crazy. Because whoever you're dealing with is kind of like, you inherit the karma of those around you. Like, you inherit the karma of those you expose your energy to. Okay? Now, when I say exposure, obviously you can walk around and just bump into people all day, but I'm speaking in the sense of either getting into a relationship with a specific person before it's ready. But we have somebody here who has no faith. Like, they don't believe in anything. I don't even think they believe in themselves. So down here, this shit's wild. So you have the Queen of Swords, and when in the book it talks about this person being two-faced, like having two sides. So you're dealing with somebody who's two-faced. This one talks about having their eyes closed or whatnot. So I'm thinking like they're not even looking where they're going. They're just doing things blindly. They're just not even thinking about what they're doing. They're just doing. They're acting. Which I understand that sometimes you just need to act, but depending on what you're doing, you have to have some type of thought process. You know what I mean? So here, this is about abandonment and stuff, but it's in reverse. So whoever this person is, this two-faced individual, okay, has not abandoned the quest for stability and wealth. No matter, it looks like they're willing to get this no matter what, when, or how. You know, they don't care. They just want the bag. Look at her. Look at that face. Look at that face. She's just looking like, yeah, I want what you have. I'm going to get that no matter what. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Or like she's even trying to steal something. She's trying to sneak off with some shit. All right. And then here, this is the Five of Wands in reversed. This is talking about, in this deck, it was talking about step to me and like, if you dare to take on my wrath, step to me. You'll be either a lunatic or have extreme courage. But this is also in reverse. So whoever this is obviously believes that fighting isn't the way to, like, intimidation, anger, trying to make you do something with, you know, whether like it's trying to strike fear into you, or if like fear tactics or anything like that, it's not going to work. So now they feel like they have to make a, collab. But this is a light in the dark, right? Because you also got the light in the dark here too. So somebody's being two-faced. I'm getting more two-faced. Now the nine of coins is here, and that speaks on abundance. But it's like, it looks to me like somebody, like I said, somebody's showing you a mask. They have a mask on. Whoever this person is showing you what you want to see. Okay? And they're probably hoping you don't catch on to this, because we have Freemasons out here. We have Stargate out here. We have Ursar Tribride. We have Eastern Star. But they're all in the reverse. So this person is hoping, if you're intuitive, this person is hoping that you don't catch on to this, that you don't get some intuitive knowledge, you don't get some type of download that lets you know, like, hey, this person's literally a snake in the grass. Because when I'm looking, I'm like, oh, well, what? I was like, well, the nine of coins, I know that's abundance, what does that mean? But look what's on her arm. I didn't even notice that. It kind of like blended in a little bit. I didn't, like, from far away, you don't really notice it. But when you take the situation, you look closely at it, what do you see? You see a fucking snake. Okay? There is a snake, and it's got itself wrapped around somebody. Now, over here, you got the Eight of Swords. Now, when I read the Eight of Swords, now, there was something else about this card that I got, but I'll get to that in a second. I want to get through this. Okay, so when I got with the Eight of Swords here, that obviously means, like, you're in your head about stuff. But this was also talking about, not transforming. Because it was also talking about death. My time is up. And that's it. It's the end type deal. I don't remember the word. Anyway. But whatever this is has caused somebody a lot of pain. And we also got three little... So this could be you. And there could be three people in on this trying to deal with it. Because it looks like three people right here. So if you mix with this person, this is going to be your energy. You're just going to be kind of like locked in place. You won't be able to go anywhere. You're just like in this purgatory of sorrow and just like, what the fuck energy. Then you have this, the Fool in reverse, the Sun in reverse, the Two of Swords reverse, and the Three of Cups reverse. This person is no bueno. And if this is you, get your shit together. You really do, because this is another thing that I got. If you are going to do whatever means necessary to get that bag, okay? Depending on what it is. In Catholicism, right? The point is considered the male penis, okay? The V is considered the chalice where, you birth things, right? Angels versus demons. Or was it the Da Vinci Code? I think it was the Da Vinci Code. Yeah. Watch the Da Vinci Code. important. Or you can, you know, just look it up on Wikipedia and just get the plot. But in the movie, they talk about the V and the point. Okay? So when I'm looking at this here, because it's in reverse, this could be a feminine. But you see how this is a V? And you see how there's fire coming out of there? Somebody could be burning. Okay? Somebody can be burning. And if this is something that's the case, and they're dealing with you, because we also over here, we got player, wait till I get into this shit. So if that is the case and you're dealing with this person, and you see how they coiled, I get that more as a soul tie. And this is going to be a soul tie you're not going to want to have. Because if you look at it, with the 9 there, you could be looking at 9 lifetimes of karmic debt. Depending on what it is. It's giving me also that scene in Euphoria where they get married and they go back to the house and some shit goes down. And he tells her, like, you know, some women inherit wealth from, or, you know, something like that when they get married to their husbands. Others inherit their debt. Okay? And that could be what's going on here, because after this entanglement that you have with this two-faced, no faith having, when I say no faith having, I mean doesn't give a shit about nothing. It's like narcissistic. They don't even have to be a narcissist. They just could be like grandiose in some type of way. Like player energy. We got Leo out here. They could be egomaniac. Secrets. They could know that they have this and they're not going to tell you, because look, this could be something that freaking kills you. And this, if you allow this to happen, this could be happening to you. So say that you are like an earth angel or a starseed or earth star, whatever, dealing with this person and allowing this person to do this to you, especially if you have knowledge of like something like this going on, you're going to descend. It's just going to keep you in a stagnated energy and you're not going to ascend. And this could be a false twin. It says, twin, where have you been? And then it says negative down here. We're also looking at somebody who is not saving their money. Okay? There was another thing that I got. Was it on the back? Oh, yeah, the back of the card. Okay, so on the one of so these the messages that I got, like it's like a big ass deck, so I ended up having to split it into 3 piles. So on the back of each of those 3 piles, after I got some cards out of it, I wrote down what was on the back. So the first pile, the back of that pile, was Master Manifester. Okay. The second part of that pile was Start Saving, and it was in reverse. When I asked why it was in reverse, it says, haven't been saving. So whoever you are, you need to start saving your money, watch your spending, and if you can sit there and be like, well, I have been, I'm like, you haven't. If not you, this is the person you're dealing with, and this is giving you an idea exactly who you're meant to like cut off. We also got sage your cards. I'm also getting this more of like sage your energy, like cleanse your energy, cleanse your home, cleanse your body. That fire sign is a legend. You were born to be successful. We have success in reverse here, so somebody could not want you to be successful, or somebody could be jealous that you are successful and they're willing to do all this just to make sure you don't get this. You don't get collaborations, you don't get mergers, you don't get happiness, you don't get new beginnings. Doing this to you would put you in this negative energy for like lifetimes. Karmic debt. We also got charity in reverse here. So somebody could not be charitable if they couldn't be like not kind. We have love in the reverse, chakra alignment in reverse, Aquarius reverse, thrill ride reverse, earth angel reverse, false positive. Again, a false positive means negative. We have negative out here twice. White House, somebody could have like no political, like, you know, somebody who has no path in life is going to stagnate the crap out of you. And if they start seeing you succeed, especially if it's above them, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure you don't go. We got obese out here. They're trying to make, they probably want to make you overeat, or you could be obese, you know, put it where it needs to go. It says quiet for the rabbit in reverse. We have quiet, elegant, kind, and responsible. They could not be those things at all. We also have the rooster, which is observant, hardworking, and courageous. Again, because it's in a reverse, they cannot have these attributes whatsoever. Expect new beginnings. And this is under, or this is followed by with the Saturn card, which is about karma and structure. So again, this depends on where you're falling. If you fall for this okie doke, you're going to have negative new beginnings, because everybody can have new beginnings, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be good. Because I'm getting that scene in Harry Potter when he goes to get his first wand, and they were talking about Lord Voldemort for the first time, and he was sitting here saying, like, Voldemort, we don't speak his name. He was a very, very powerful wizard. A great and powerful wizard. Terrible, but great. So it could be something like that if you're dealing with this shit. Because with twin, where have you been? And this negative. So this person could be coming off like they're everything you hoped for. They're everything that you wanted. And this, that, and the third. Yada, yada, yada. And like it could just be a false, like negative, false positive. That's two negatives here. Now timing, we have spring equinox, hang in there baby, and yes. So this stuff is definitely going to be happening. This could be happening this this spring, or by next spring equinox, or this has happened already and you didn't fall for the okie doke, and you're into, like, you have an intuitive knowledge of something going down, and so you didn't fall for the okie doke. This is your confirmation saying that you were not crazy. That's exactly what they were trying to do. There's a motorcycle revving in the background right now. But like I said, if you watch your spending, start saving your money, you know, just oh, they're having a fire alarm. There's a school behind my building, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I've never heard. They're coming out, like, you know, when they do a fire alarm, everybody comes out, but it's raining outside. Why do it? That sucks. Anyway, so glad not to be in school. And then we have spring in the reverse as well. Okay. So again, it may not be this spring equinox because we have spring equinox here. This could be the following spring because we're already past the spring equinox. Again, this stuff is timeless. This could already happen. And again, this is just confirmation that you were correct. You were not crazy. You caught on correctly about what these guys were planning on doing. Or this is going to be something that's going to be happening in the future. Okay? So just, you don't need to be paranoid. Okay? Just put a pin in it, note it, date it, be like, okay, so if this and this happens, I know, like, pump my brakes. We're just going to take the detour the other way so I don't have to go through this crap. Okay, like, you don't have to sit there, wait in traffic until it's finally your turn to go. You know what I mean? That's that stagnated energy. Somebody could have it want a death to... We have Mark of the Bustard here, so we also have, like, everything in the reverse. Maybe somebody wants to put a halt to your intuition. We also have, this could be an emperor, like the emperor here, the father figure. This could be somebody who's an Aries. They could have a fear of you catching on. They could also, or they can fear that you're in this shaman, this high status energy, and you're not going to fall for the okie doke. But we got a player here who's a dark angel. It's not love. If it is love, it's more of an obsession. This person's obsessed. Somebody could be from the north, or they want to put it. This is kind of giving me north node too. So somebody could be in their north node. You could be in your north node, and they want to put somebody with a frozen heart who's a dark angel wants to put a death to your north node. Intuitive boss energy. This could be a secret and that they're doing in the background. Or like I said, this player has a secret. It may involve some type of hidden health concern that could cause rest in peace situation. Oh yeah, we also got the Earth Angel in reverse. So they want to make sure that you don't get your love, you don't get your alignments in check. You don't. They want you to just. You see how this person's eye? Oh, you can't see it. Hold on, it's up here. Hold on. It's in reverse, so you're seeing it upright, right? So, but technically, it's actually in reverse. So how this is telling me, like, this person's following blindly, like, just not even looking where they're going. It's like the same thing here. Like, this person's like, dude, we should definitely not be doing this. And this guy's like, just close your eyes. You don't have to look. It's fine. It could be something along those lines. But they want to take you out of that Earth Angel energy and put you into the Dark Angel energy. They want you to go back paces. They don't want you to go forward. Alright, so... Alright, and the third thing that was on the back of the message deck was build a room just for worship. And it was in reverse. So this is probably something you don't have. Like, you don't have to really build a room. You can just make a section in your house where you go to, like, pray, or, like a little altar thing. Like I said, in Hinduism and Buddhism, they do have, like, the Buddhists and, like, a little altar in place where they go to have their prayer. You could do something like that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Christianity, Catholicism. It's whatever calls out to you. Again, as long as you're doing good, not just for yourself, but onto other people, it doesn't matter to me what you believe in. Sixth house. We also have sixth house in reverse here, and that's health, fitness, systems, analytic nature, pets, work habits, organization, sense of usefulness, and services. Again, stagnant energy. This stuff is in the reverse. So somebody's not taking care of themselves. This is somebody who doesn't have any faith, or doesn't see faith in anything, or doesn't want to believe in anything. Somebody who doesn't really, like I said, doesn't care about their health. Like somebody who probably, like the player energy, somebody be going around raw dogging it. That could be a secret. They could also be secret in the sense that they're into the males. This could be a down low type of person. And like I'm saying, depending on the disease, guys, that disease can look. Oh man, look at that! The flower. I just noticed that this player is going to put you to death. It's going to put rest in peace. Either this player is going to rest in peace because of what they've been doing, that's not going to put them in really, like I said, bad health, or this is what they're going to end up doing to you. But again, since this is actually on top of that, you have a higher knowing, and that's not going to be you. You're going to be that butterfly. You're going to transform. You're going to, move above that. But if you do follow for the okie doke, I'm getting like you transmute, like I just had the stupid word in my head. Transcending. Somebody could be a fire sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Virgo, Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces again, Aquarius again. I guess if I Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, Libra again. Aquarius heavy. Okay, at the bottom of the Divine Twin deck, I mean the confirmation deck, which is this one, is the Divine Twin in reverse. Remember what I said? It was negative and negative. So this person, twin, where have you been? And it says Divine Twin in reverse, meaning not going to find it. You're not going to find it in this person, okay? And if you keep dealing with this person, you're not going to find it at all. Because if you got something that you can't get rid of, then this new person may have a boundary about that. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, you seem like a great person, but I'm not risking my health for that. You know, and that is your decision. If somebody makes you feel bad about that, oh well. It's oh well. This is your body. This is your life. This is your choice. You have freedom to have free will to choose the life you want to live. If that's what you want to live with and take the chance on, that is completely up to you. Me, personally, I will be there to support you as a friend, but unfortunately, any type of romance is going to be off the table. Okay? You know, but at the same time, if this person is two-faced like that, I wouldn't want them in my life at all. Like, it's, yeah, get you. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into, yeah, somebody cannot have any political standing, religious standing. They don't really have any ambitions. It looks like this person that you're dealing with doesn't really have ambitions. Like, they don't really, like, if you ask this person, what are your goals in the next 5 years, they probably wouldn't know what to tell you. If you ask this person, what are your goals in the next year? Oh, I just go with the flow. Dude, you need to have a plan. Okay? Literally have a plan. That's ridiculous. You're how old now? You need to have a plan. It's fucking crazy. Usually high school student, like, even you can ask an elementary student, like, what do they plan on wanting, where do they see themselves in 5 years? I see myself in high school, or I see myself in middle school. You know, or like, I see myself as an astronaut, as the first person on Mars. You know, obviously they're not going to be able to do that in 5 years, but, you know, like, it's a goal. Unrealistic at this time because they're like going to only be in like middle school, high school, but it's some type of goal. Like, if they would have said some shit like that when they were like 16 or 18, I would have been like, okay, well, that's one major at school. Like, how do you plan on getting that done? You know what I mean? But you have to have something going on. What the hell? Okay, Isaac Newton, importance of seeking. You, too, are an inspirational seeker like Newton. Your spiritual journey may have been one that have been traveling all your life, or you may have only recently embarked on it after a life-changing event or trauma. Literally, this shit's crazy. Or like somebody did give you something, but you're able to get rid of it, and it puts you in this Eight of Swords energy, or maybe, you know, you got to put yourself where you need to go, okay? This could have already happened to you, and you didn't, and you ended up falling with the okie doke. You know what I mean? But this is a way to also, if you want to, you were born to be successful. You can do some self-talk videos where you talk about your experience, and you can write a book and get that experience out that way. That will actually help release any type of dwelling trauma. You may have only recently embarked after a life-changing event or trauma. Either way, keep away from people who are liable to distract or undermine your efforts. This bitch. Do your utmost to keep a healthy body and mind, dude. And stay steadfast in your quest for higher truth, as this will prevent any wobbles from knocking you off your path. Okay? Then we have Whirlpool Galaxy. Hey, come on. Okay. This card's a reminder that before you can move forward in a grand way, it's vital to revisit your past. And the long curving arms of the Whirlpool Galaxy will hold you in its embrace while you do this. You may have started to look at past pain a long time ago, but as new triggers in your life open up old wounds, it's necessary to look at it again. Remember, each time your pain is activated, it's another chance to heal. As the process of healing is not a linear journey, you may temporarily slide on a downward loop of the spiral only to later soar back up toward the light. Each time you'll learn and evolve, and the pain will lessen. Your greatest gift lies in transmuting the pain of your past, safe in the knowledge that the bright future awaits you. Okay, then we have High Priestess. Okay. The High Priestess is asking you to trust your gut no matter what situation you may find yourself in or what challenges you may be facing. If you listen to and place your heart and place your trust in your intuition, you will be okay because you have all the answers you need within you already. And if you ever find yourself flailing, connect with the ET worlds and listen to the messages coming through to you from them too. Okay? And the back of that, of the ET Oracle, was Aleph, the beginning. The ET worlds are letting you know that there's a divine plan guiding your life, just like there's a cosmic narrative running through the Hebrew alphabet. You are at the beginning of your journey, so the plan is probably not clear to you right now. It is shrouded in secrecy. It is shrouded in secrecy. Accept that. And know that soon there will be a union of the lower and higher worlds in which you have a role. Oh. So this hasn't happened yet. It's letting you know that you have... Dude. Accept that. And know that soon there will be there will be, there will be a union of the lower and higher worlds in which you have a role. So the two sides, right? So you're dealing with somebody dark and you are supposed to be at the light. This is letting you know this is what's going to happen. So you need to use your discernment and move accordingly. Play chess, not checkers. You know? Hold true to you, your faith. And they can't, and like I said, your faith can be within yourself. That your faith can be within a religion. Put this where it needs to go. And the fact that we have the beginning here, new beginnings, again, depending on where you fall on this journey, is going to depend on whether or not you get good karma or bad karma. Like the silent letter Aleph, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. There is no need for words or explanations. The divine plan will unfold in the right order at the right time, and you are part of that plan. On the back of the timing deck, we also got autumn equinox. So between now and autumn equinox, or you can look at by spring equinox, or, next year between spring equinox and autumn equinox. And it says, hang in there, baby. Let's see, is there anything else here? No. On the back of the moon card, or the back of this deck, was the moon, and that's basically talking about things that are hidden that are going to be illuminated because it's a full moon. Oh, but it was in reversed. So I'm getting in the new moon. Somebody's trying to keep you in the dark on things and not let you know what's really going on. Just like how it was talking about with the left. That literally coincides with the left. Alright. Get you some charms. Roll the big dice and get you a few letters. This one went by a little fast, which is fine. I don't expect all of them to be the same length. Sometimes the stuff comes out quicker, sometimes they come out slower. Well, it depends. Dinosaur. Butterfly. I'm getting the dark and the light with this. Somebody can have good teeth, have a beautiful smile, like a charming smile. These are charms, so charming smile. So somebody could have like a charming smile that kind of makes you go weak in the knees. With ice cream, I'm getting chills. Somebody could give you the chills, and this could be like in a good way, or if it's a bad way, put it where it goes. The palm tree here. Somebody could meet somebody on vacation. Somebody could live in where there's palm trees, where it's hot and humid. Somebody's trying to tie you up. That could be in a good way or a bad way. You need to put that where it needs to go. Tie you up and twist you into a present. Somebody wants to. Or you want them to do this to you. Bind you up with your legs behind your head. Come on now. What I'm getting with this here is that somebody could be coming off as if they have a big heart for you, but they're offering you just a tiny portion, like it's that breadcrumbing energy. Somebody, like, I feel like every time you see this person, they give you like the smile and the chills, just like hee hee hee, giggle like a schoolgirl. Something about gravel, or like I said, somebody can work construction, landscaping. Or if you go to get ice cream, this ice cream shop could have gravel parking lot. Especially if it's by the beach. Okay, so what I'm getting with this here, like, yes, I get it's a rainbow with diamonds in it, but I'm getting that if you do plan on doing anything, go down first. Okay? And see if there's any weird things growing anywhere. Okay? Not saying they're just full blown expecting it, and but if you go down there first and notice like a weird bump or anything like that, I would abort. Abort, abort. That could be also like with the teeth here too, and the smile, because I'm getting the mouth. That's one good way to actually check to see if anybody has anything that could be transmitted. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody is willing to just raw dog it. Like, you want to make sure they ain't got nothing going on down there before they just slip in. Because I was getting, no, that was the other one. Like, say if somebody's spooning you in bed, right? and they're just trying to slip in. This whole time you guys have been using condoms, right? But this is the one time that he's going to try and slip it in. You know what I mean? Or you're going to want to try and slip it in. I would suggest to like, or get you to slip it in. Something along those lines. Definitely check first. Somebody might get mad that you won't fall for the okie doke. But there's like paint on the heel of the dinosaur and there's paint on the tail. So somebody might see something and they're like, no, what are you, that's nothing, blah, 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 blah. Again, like I'm getting the spots. What do you call that stuff? Spotted dick? I know that's like a delicacy in Britain, but like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm getting something more along the lines of if it looks like it's got spots or scars down there, I would abort mission. Definitely abort mission. Somebody could have kids, a boy and a girl, or put it where it needs to go. Yeah, 2 butterflies and 2 hearts out here, so I'm just getting maybe somebody has two kids. Or your sibling, you have siblings and you're like, there's only 2 siblings, you got 1 brother or 1 sister or whatever. Okay. Venus, Mercury, communicate. Ooh, okay. Hashtag, we got Libra, we got Leo, Sag, Fucus. He's the gatekeeper, by the way. Fucus is the gate. Delete. Block this. If you find, I would block. Delete. We also got Cancer out here. 4, 15, 11, 21. 4, 11, 15, 21. Somebody could be born April 11th, April 15th, April 21st, November 4th, November 15th, November 21st. So Scorpio, Sag, April, Aries, Taurus energy. There might be a communication about a female. Oh no, a death about a female. Yeah, that's Pluto. Sorry. So there might be a female. We might get communication about a death, or there might be a death to some type of bitch energy or feminine energy. Again, Libra and see, death doesn't necessarily mean also like dun 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 dun. It could mean the ending of a relationship, an ending of a partnership, an ending of some type of commitment, and that doesn't necessarily have to mean marriage. Aries, Taurus, highly aspected. Somebody could have Ophiuchus in their chart. Libra, Leo, Sag, Ophiuchus, Cancer. You got the spending of the money. Yeah, so somebody needs to make changes to how they spend money. How you spend it, how you save it. You need, if you want stability, that's what fixed means. Fixed means like grounded, stable energy. You need to make a change in how you save and how you buy. There might be a change in careers, a change in passions. Passions doesn't necessarily have to be jobs. This is what I don't get with people. People think that because you have a crush on them or you like them in some type of way, you will forever feel that way for them. No. If I found out you've done something like really schemy, sleazy, slimy, like that shit can change real quick. Like real quick. Like no. With this, I'm getting mind over like matter. Something about an emotional thought. So an emotional thought. Okay, so an emotional thought brings matters to the heart. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, I had a time step and then I wasn't trying to spend most of my time typing and looking. Okay, so emotional thought brings matters of the heart. Emotional thoughts and matters of the heart represent the deepest, most significant aspects of life, including love, grief, joy, and fear, that influence decision making and overall well being. These emotions often dictate conclusions before logic validates them, acting as a control center for both intellect and will, profoundly shaping our daily actions. The concept of guarding your heart involves being mindful of thoughts, media, and influences to ensure that positive, loving, and truthful emotions dominate rather than bitterness or fear. Aligning emotional desires with positive, healthy actions allows for better personal and spiritual and relational health. And we got the sixth house in reverse. So, okay. GPA, something about a GED. Fertility, creativity, completion. Bitcoin, Sally, glams, gams, weep, mail, ski, BTS, mail as in getting the mail, MAIL. We also got king, black, white, play, STI, got lake, wig. Somebody could probably wear wigs or weave. Lips. Somebody probably has really kissable lips, or somebody really likes somebody's lips. BBL. Pig. Pigs. Swig. Like somebody's taking a swig of something. Vixen. I'm saying kiss me, baby. TTYL. Talk to you later. SLW. Small little women. Something about them. Bat, bay. Somebody just spayed a cat, or got their cat spayed, or somebody got their cat fixed or animal fixed. I'm getting somebody's going to be a liability or liberty. Liberty, liberty, liberty. Liberty. Somebody could live in New York. Liberty. The Liberty Bell. Sia. Asia. Pixie. Somebody could be thought of as like small and tiny. We got gay. A llama, he's supposed to be dead. I'm seeing llama. So somebody, instead of dying, somebody transformed into something else. So something was supposed to destroy someone and it didn't. It helped them. We got pay taxes. Pay taxes. I'm getting MIL, mother-in-law. We also got law, lawyer. PIN. Somebody might need to change their PIN number. Patricia, Patrick, Emily, Mia, Liam, Betsy, got Walter again, Walt, BMX, Gail, Seagull, ale, like beer, ale, Segway, Wall, Will, William, well-being, somebody's well-being, seam, SEAM, somebody could be a seamstress, or somebody's seam may have just ripped recently, or is it going to? If it does in the future, you know this is going to be your reading later on in the future. Lay, somebody probably thinks you as a good lay, or maybe somebody's saying that you're a bad lay. I just heard seagulls outside. You know a seagull sound. You cannot mistake a seagull sound. Texas, Tex-Mex, Mexico. Could be New Mexico, actually Mexico, because remember you had vacation. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Alabama, Alley, ALLY or ALEY or LEIE. Patsy, simp, somebody is a simp or may think of you as a simp, and they might think they can get one over on you. Also, this could be an earth sign. You know what I mean? Part-time. Somebody could work part-time. Amy. Somebody could be named Aim. Like their name could be Amy, but somebody could be nicknamed Ames. Like, hey, Ames. Swing bat. So swing bat. So somebody could play baseball. Somebody can go to the batting cages. Somebody could have used to play baseball or some type of sport. Something. We got ball here, but I saw swing too. Or somebody's like, swing, a hit and miss. They thought they could hit you, but instead, like, oh, whoops, you missed. Llama, he's supposed to be there. Yeah, weird. Fucking The Emperor's New Groove, man. I love that movie. Alright, y'all. That's all I got for you guys on this one. If you've not chosen another pile, I'm going to be doing another video tonight on Nancy Guthrie. And I can see you again on that one. But if not, I can see you on the next pile. Or, I'll see you on the next one, alright? Like, share, and subscribe. Bye! Okay. Welcome back. If you have chosen pile, the Yin Yang, pile number 3, this is your pile. Okay, for timing, we have Blood Moon and Not Yet. On the back of the timing deck, we also have Lunar Eclipse. Okay. Those could be significant. Again, if it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. This could be past energy, so this could be confirming something you intuitively known to be true. This could be something that's happening now and is giving you kind of game plan of what you can do to help the situation, or this could be something that's going to be happening in the future. It may not resonate right now, but like later on, you'll be like, oh shit, wait a minute. I talked about this. Da-da-da-da. All right. Okay, so there's a couple things on this one, right? So we have Fallen Twin, Gossip, Starseed, Bashful, Forever in reverse. So, and TikTok, Running Out of Time, Not a Lot of Time, Ophiuchus, 2222 on the timer. Ophiuchus, Scorpio, those could be highly aspected in their chart. We got Sadness, and then Do Not Disturb. So what I got here, what I'm getting here is that there's some type of fallen twin that is spreading some type of gossip about a starseed, like maybe a shy starseed, somebody who doesn't really want to be on, all in everybody's face and stuff, but, they get intuitive downloads or intelligent when it comes to that, the mind. With the Forever here, this could not, with the Fallen Twin and then reverse, obviously that's somebody you're no longer in, cahoots with in some way. Again, this doesn't have to be romance. That could be work too. You got to put it where it needs to go. This could also be gossip that a starseed is no longer obsessed with this fallen twin. And this fallen twin is realizing they're running out of time for whatever reason, for whether or not they can come back into your life and start anew. Because we do have Scorpio, and Scorpio rules the house of death and rebirth. So maybe somebody's trying to start anew. You're the gatekeeper to this. Ophiuchus is usually the gatekeeper. There's some type of communication coming to you about that. 11, 30, 12, 18, 13. This card has come out a few times before, but I've never been called to call out the numbers. This could be ages. This could be years, like in the year when, like 2011, 2012, 2018, 2013. This could be happening in 2030 for somebody. Depends. Somebody could be in their 30s. Somebody could have an age difference of 11, 12, 13, and or 18. These are the ages of their children, because I do have, over here in this card, I see like 2 little kids playing. All right, it is the 2 of Wands. Somebody could be biracial. Somebody can have mixed race children. Somebody can be native or Indian. It's the light and the dark wrestling with each other, basically. So you have somebody who's, this is the Lover's card. Then there's the Ace of Wands. And then there's the Two of Wands. This could also mean, like down here, this could mean like, say you just got married, okay? And it's all passion and everything. And then you find out, living together is a little bit of a challenge. Living together is a little, and this doesn't necessarily mean you got married. Maybe you just moved in together. You guys have issues trying to cohabitate with each other, right? I remember a podcast of Charlie Kirk's where he was talking about what type of home life were you raised in? Were you raised in an open home or a closed home? Did you have a lot of people just coming in and out of your house? Or was it more closed off where you had a few people every now and again throughout the week, month, year, whatever? You know what I mean? Like you got like if one of you is like all about everybody coming in just in your energy, in and out, in and out, in and out, and the other person's more of like peaceful, calm, you're going to have some clashes. You know what I mean? Like these things should be talked about before moving in. And like when he said that, I'm like, oh my God, that's like the best way to describe it, because my house was more of a closed off. Like, did we have people come in every now and again? Yes, but it wasn't like a free for all, people running in and out of the house and stuff like that. That was a no go. And that's a no go here too. We don't just let anybody's energy just come up inside our home. Especially now that me specifically, but my son's also understanding energy as well. When you understand energy and how it works, you're a lot more selective about who you let in. Okay, that's that intuitive starseed energy. Okay. So that could be something. We got marriage out here too. You guys just got married. Also, we got rainbow baby. So maybe this is a little bit more of a clash of like sibling rivalry. You just married and you're blending families. There's a backup horn in the background. So you're blending families together. Somebody has kids, and then it's just a clash. Somebody could have adopted a sibling, adopted a child, and then had a child, and now they're growing up, or vice versa. Something new is coming into the home that's causing a disruption. Okay, I'm not sitting here saying that it's the most terrible thing in the world, and you must break it off. Like you use your discernment on that, put it where it needs to go. But what I'm getting with this, with the beautiful soul, secret admirer, like you're with somebody that you truly care about, okay? There is somebody here that you truly do care about. We got soulmate, we got rainbow baby. Maybe this could also be co-parenting as well. Because you at one point in time had love for this person, okay? So you do, in a way, care about their well-being. Like, it's not like you want to sit there and be like, oh, I want to go on a date with you. But it's like, no, if you notice that during kid pickup, that their energy, I mean, everybody has a bad day, but you get the sense of like something's like deeply wrong. It's okay to ask like, hey, sensing you're off a little bit. Are you all right? It's going to be their choice of whether or not they're going to tell you, but just letting them know, like, like I still care in a sense that, like we have kids and like I want to make sure that our kids are going over to see their father or mother in more of an upbeat energy and not just feel like it's dark and dank all the time. You know what I mean? But this could also, in the dark sense, like say, like with the marriage, this could be, like I said, you breaking it off and trying to work through these things. There's some type of shift. Like all of this doesn't necessarily have to resonate, but in some senses, somebody is considered a soulmate. This could be moving, like I said, moving in together, getting married, having kids, and having kids too can cause an upheaval in a sense, because it's like with immutable, something's changing. This could be clashing with the rainbow baby, with the clashing of how you felt during the miscarriage into carrying on with the child. Like you guys need to find some more common ground, especially if you're bringing children into this. You got to find common ground. You have to do what you got to do in order to keep things good for the children. Okay, that is the one and most important thing. We do have here, don't worry, you and your child is safe, but stay vigilant. Okay. We also have that air sign is a legend in reverse. Now, if this doesn't, this can say this is you in the sense of the sign, but it's talking like everything else is talking about the person you're dealing with. Just know, like, it's just this person who thinks that they're a legend and like it's the greatest of all time is not. Okay. Again, we got rebirth out here. Scorpio, I was talking about the death and the rebirth of something, some type of reconciling. Again, it depends on the situation. Okay, I'm not sitting here telling you you should reconcile. You should go by what's best for not just for you, but for the kids. Like if you guys are always arguing, maybe it's best that you guys aren't together because you want your children to know that there's security and that there's a safe place, that they are safe no matter where they're at. Whether it's over at dad's, whether it's over at mom's. Another message here is some tarot readers need to better understand their channels and not be so arrogant. We may be gifted, but it doesn't make us better than anyone who isn't. Love and light. And that doesn't necessarily mean just tarot readers. That's just anybody. Okay. And I wrote that because there were some tarot readers that I was watching where I was just like, bro, the arrogance is insane. I'm just like, no. Like, I get you're gifted, honey, but your attitude with it is very sour. It's hard to swallow. So, marriage informants. This could be maybe somebody's gossiping about a star seed to a fallen twin. Maybe seeing if there's a way that they could come back into your good graces. Maybe somebody's kind of like gathering information on this other spouse. Because like I'm getting some type of upheaval. And there's some type of information that somebody's getting about a specific situation. Whether or not it's salvageable. Whether or not... maybe they're just waiting. I mean, like, if this type of information is just, like, something to harm somebody, maybe they're looking at that. But we're getting do not disturb down here. And I'm getting somebody is more or less blocked. Information is blocked. Whether from social media, whether from other people. Maybe they no longer talk to the same people anymore. It's something along those lines. We also got chastity out here. So somebody could be celibate and not really trying to date. We also have here under informants. They know you are psychic and they don't want their truth revealed. So informant doesn't necessarily also mean like somebody who works for the police, right? This could be somebody who's very informative. As a psychic, as a medium, as a channeler, you're able to pull out information that will, expose people for what they're truly doing. Somebody can secretly admire somebody for this. We got Aquarius and Capricorn. Saturn's out here. Status, equitable, punishment, wisdom, ambition, patience, honor, toughness, pessimism, hardships, and fatalism. God of karma and justice. Somebody's worried about their appearance. Because we got first house here, which is self, appearances, beginnings, the body, first impression, attitude, identity, approach to life. Again, somebody is worried about how they're going to look. We also have you have the ability to make an impression without knowing you are unforgettable. Oh, yeah. And we also have don't eat the food or drink pre-made beverages. Some people might be dealing with somebody who's willing to like drug somebody. And or do something else. Like if somebody's trying, like say somebody's into the occult, right? Because we do have Scorpio on here. Say somebody's into the occult. They might try to bind you. But it's not going to work. You're too smart for that. Especially if you got this message. Okay, because again, information. You're getting information like if they invite you over to eat or drink or take you out to eat or drink or something like that, like don't go. Don't do it. Don't go. They might try to do something. Like I said, you got to put it where it needs to go. A lot of the times people don't act like, they will harm you in that way, but you just got to stay vigilant. Remember it says, don't worry, you and your child are safe, but stay vigilant. We also got here, do something that makes you happy. So instead of being in paranoia and wallowing and getting upset over stuff over and over again, do something that's going to make you happy. We also, right below that, we have you need to learn tarot, scrying, runes, like anything in the occult or just anything, that's going to boost your morale, whether it's in religion or something else. We have you could be or they can be animated, active, energetic, quick-witted, resourceful, versatile, and kind. Diligent, dependable, strong, and determined. Somebody could have the Chinese zodiac of the horse, the rat, or the ox. Somebody could be a Sag, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo. We also got Aries, Scorpio, and Leo. Scorpio again, a Fucus. I don't remember what the signs are when it comes to the with the cards. I'm still learning all that. So, but that's what I got out here. Let me go ahead and read your oracles. But it looks like somebody is either spreading negative gossip about you in order to get a one up because they are afraid of how they're going to look. That could be an air sign. Any air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But again, you're protected. You're okay. Do not disturb. Like I said, just if you have to block them, block them. But there, like I said, somebody could be trying to gather gossip about a starseed or somebody who's no longer married or in a relationship with another person or has in and outs with somebody because of some type of situation. But there's something going on in the life that's causing an upheaval between two people. And with the lovers out here, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be, relationship, like romantic. This could also be business. Like this business is very booming, very, successful. But there's something that is happening or is going to happen that's going to cause an upheaval, whether it's a specific idea or like say for example you guys are going for the Nobel Prize, but only one person can have their name on that prize and get the award. It's like that, or it can't be like that. Okay, so we got doorway. One door is closing and another is opening for you. Cross the threshold with confidence because you're moving on. It is an exciting transition and a new beginning, one that has been a long time coming. Step through the doorway without a backward turn of the head. You're entering a new and positive stage of your life, shedding a self that you've outgrown and entering a new phase of growth, spiritual development. Okay, then we got other worlds. This card encourages you to lift the veil between the physical world and the many worlds out there that are as yet visible to us. Worlds that are vast and full of potential. Draw some of the potential down to earth by imagining what you would like to see in your world. Ask yourself how you can make it a better and more meaningful, fulfilling place to live. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Perhaps start with things like looking after those you love well and spreading a little joy and kindness wherever you go. Use your imagination to plant whatever seeds you would like to see grow and blossom on earth. So when it says like spreading a little joy and kindness wherever you go, like I said, like even if you guys are on the outs and you just notice like this person's like extremely depressed, you know what I mean? Like, do I want them to learn their lessons? Yes, but do I want something bad to happen to them where they're no longer here or anything like that? Absolutely not. I want them to do better in their life. I really do. I want them to get their head out of their ass and start being there the way they're supposed to be there for themselves and for whoever else is in their family. So at the bottom we had circle. Whatever is going on in your life right now, know that you're in the right place. Like the circle, you're connected and a part of a whole, even though you may not be able to see the bigger picture yet. This card is a reminder to trust in your intuition and to keep moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other. Your path will become clearer with each step you take. All right, give me a moment. I'm going to clear this up real quick, and then I'm going to pull some charms, roll the big dice, and pull you some letters. Also, what I was getting with the informant is I was getting also with the gossip card there. Somebody could be in your friend circle, or somebody with the circle. Somebody's in your circle and is feeding information back to this person. The gossip. They're giving gossip. They're gossiping information about you. Also, on the bottom of the Goddess Tarot deck, the one that, with the cards down here, we had the Empress. So you're an Empress energy. Whoever this is, like if you're on the light side of things, you're an Empress energy. Like you're in that nurturing, kind, giving energy. Okay? On the bottom of the Confirmations deck, it was embarrassment reversed. Somebody's trying to avoid embarrassment. That's why that self card out here for the first house came out. Where it's like somebody was worried about their appearances, so somebody's trying to avoid some type of embarrassment. Like say if somebody wants to come to you and see if they can reconcile. If they know they ain't got no shot, they're not trying to embarrass themselves. When it came to the messages deck over here, is a really big deck, so I had to put them into 3 piles. In each of those piles, I wrote down the back of each. Like the bottom. One of them said, you are not destined to work a 9-to-5 job. You are meant to work for you. And that also coincided, do what makes you feel happy. And then below that was like, tarot, runes, scrying. But again, it doesn't necessarily have to be what I do. It's just whatever makes you happy. It's just an example. The second pile said, remember to be kind and smile. It's just enough It's just enough to brighten someone's day or even reveal your haters. Either way, you win. On the back of the third one was, do your return to senders. It is working. You are detaching your energy every day. Keep going. So when it came to so like I said, like somebody, if it was some type of dark magic where I said like somebody's trying to put something in your drink or stuff like that, and if somebody was trying to do some type of magic work, do your return to sender. Also rebuking any energy that you know isn't yours. The second you feel like some is off in you, rebuke it immediately. Or any type of negativity anybody's trying to give to you, rebuke it. Okay, that's a type of return to sender. Okay. Somebody can have bad teeth. Somebody can work in construction. We have rock out here twice. Somebody could be a really busy. Definitely somebody's working construction. We got the treads here, right? Someone's trying to trauma bond you or bind you in some way. Somebody's trying to disrupt your peace. I'm also getting in the upside down, like the shaman energy. Somebody can see you as a good luck charm, and that's why they're trying to bind you. Got rainbow. We got rainbow baby again, so somebody could be having, we got rainbow out here twice, so somebody could have had a couple miscarriages. I'm getting this more as a tower moment. Somebody's getting a tower moment. And it's not going to be this luck charm. Somebody could be having a boy. Maybe this little boy, or somebody had a boy and they like dinosaurs. They probably like Minecraft, Legos, gravel road. Somebody, and this is a meteorite, so somebody probably likes space or stuff, you know, spacey stuff. Or a fallen star, because like a meteorite is considered a shooting star, and it's usually considered also a falling star. So maybe that could be also some interpretation of the fallen twin, because it's no longer, like this is broken in half, the other half is upstairs. So this could be the other half of a person, and it's missing its other half, and they want their luck charm back, they want them back. I'm getting that song I Want You Back. I think it's by Becky G. I think it's the same person who sings that song, Singing in the Shower. La-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-da. Singing in the shower. There's that. Or somebody could have has an appointment to get their teeth fixed. Woo. Somebody could like cherries. Somebody could have 4 kids, or like blending. Remember, I said blending a family. So something with these 2 different. So there's could be 2 different families blending together, creating 4 kids, or up to 4 kids. There could be a lot of boys and 1 little girl, and she's just like, I can't do this. I have no privacy. Scorpio, Moon, Mars, 14, Leo. Somebody's trying to skip steps, skip stones, skip and 14, 1, 7, 14, 21. 7 goes into this 3 times. Yeah, 7 goes into itself. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. (2017, 2014, 2021 could be significant. We got Gemini. Someone's trying to play. Okay, somebody's trying to downplay their emotions regarding somebody, whether you or this is you, this is them. Somebody's trying to skip, like somebody's trying to like keep their. I'm getting like with the tab, when you press the tab, it moves ahead quickly, like fast to another. I don't know how many spaces, but it jumps ahead. Maybe somebody might be jumping to conclusions. Don't do that. Again, use your discernment. If it doesn't fit, don't make it. Somebody could be downplaying their emotions when it comes to something, but like, oh, I don't care, it's fine, blah blah blah, yada yada, and they can do what they want, I don't give a shit. Something like that. But at the end of the day, they're also doing all this crazy shit behind the scenes to fuck with you. I gotta hurry up before the 3 hour mark. We're at 2:49 right now. And then somebody probably wants to make a change in their stability and their foundation. Maybe somebody wants to move. Maybe someone's taken an emotional choice to move and they're sticking to it. And we're also looking at creating, there's going to be a change in something that's going to create wealth, and it's going to change a tax bracket. That's what that looks like. Okay. So piles 4 and 5 are going to have to be on part 2. Anime, Amy, Sail, sail away, sail away, sail away. Liam, Australia, Finn, this is the end, or somebody could be Finnish. Animal, or animals, somebody could have a lot of animals. Georgia, San Francisco, Anna, I also have anal here. Somebody, I also got snail. Somebody's moving rather slowly. New Jersey, Virginia, Indiana, film, movie. I also got Jumanji out here. Alive, somebody feels alive again. Veil, veal, somebody eats veal, or somebody's about to lift the veil off of somebody and expose their crap for whatever reason. We also got quail. Maybe somebody hunts quails. Maybe somebody goes hunting or is a hunter. Somebody is safe. Maybe we had that thing that came out safe. Jail. Somebody's going to end up going to jail depending on how dark they're being when it comes to this. Emma, Emily, Amelia, Emmeline. Got fame, game. Somebody probably likes alfalfa. What was that on Little Rascals? Also, there could be some type of gossip that causes some type of breakup, so you might have to weed out who those people are. Leave. Maple leaf. Somebody could be from Canada. I'm also hearing like maple donuts. Faux fur. I'm getting faux, like faux fur. So somebody's very like into animals. They love animal lover. Somebody can be very fertile and creative. This death and rebirth, nobody can control. This shit's like, there's nothing you can do. Like, if they just, it's going to be depending on the decision of the person and what they're doing, what their, decision is. Ooh, family, familia. Somebody could be Spanish or Hispanic. We do got Alana, Elena, Jazz, Jax, LAX, probably from LA, California. Allie. Fan or fans. Somebody has fans. Ma. Somebody could be a mother. And then I have slam. Okay, that's it. So remember I said jail and I also said slam. So somebody's selling them in the jail cell. They're locked in. You're locked up, can't let me up. Won't let me up. So, like again, it depends on where everybody's at in this situation. But, keep in mind, just, keep your wits about you. Keep your intuition. And you're going to be okay. Everything will be just fine. Okay? It did say to build a room of worship as well. Someplace where you can go to pray, give thanks, give offerings. I'm not talking about, offerings. I'm like, give food. Here's a banana, here's apple. Stuff that might last a little bit. Give them some water. Light a candle, incense, make a prayer, say thank you for all you've done, and here's I brought this for you. Especially if it's a family member and they have specific favorites. You can always put their favorites out. If somebody likes beer, you can always put their favorite beer can out. And like I said, when it comes to liquor, if they have specific liquor, you don't have to get a big ass bottle. You can just get those little airplane bottles. They're just fine. They reuse it every time, and everything just keeps in. It's like a never emptying cup. Okay, it's always going to be full. They can drink the whole bottle and they'll be refilled again because it's not being drunk in our world. It's just going to refill it from theirs. Okay, so that's all I got for pile number 3. We're going to go ahead and end part 1 here, and we're going to start part 2 of pile 4 and 5. Okay, so if you've chosen those other piles, I will see you on the next one. If not, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, I'm doing Nancy Guthrie again tonight. She has something she likes to say. So, all right, love y'all. Bye.